Everybody, now designer Meredith Heron is going to be joining us in just a second. But first now, take a look at this bright, beautiful, happy kitchen that she designed. It is so fresh and pretty.
Hey, Stephen and Chris. We're at a client's house here right now, and I can't wait to show you the kitchen. Come on with me. Now, the original kitchen used to end right about here, so there was a lot of empty space. Now, by changing the door fronts, we were able to extend onto the kitchen and make it all look like it's one big kitchen, and we were able to grow the space for storage, recycling, all sorts of wonderful things. We were able to move the microwave down here, and we were able to add in some extra wine storage at the end. It's a really great use of space. The initial plan for this kitchen was actually just to spray the cabinetry. That didn't work. We had other issues that we wanted to address, like extending cabinetry both up to the ceiling and down towards the doors, and found that it was going to be easier just to reface all of the cabinets with new doors. That included this island, which was a flat paneled island in sort of a laminate. It was really quite unattractive. And now we've used the door profile in a simple shaker that we've sprayed in a contrasting color. So the island looks more like a custom piece than it previously did. On the wish list for the kitchen were new countertops, specifically stone countertops. Now, he wanted granite and she wanted marble. I wanted marble too, and well, I won, sort of. This countertop is the perfect compromise. It's called Super White, and I refer to it as a garble. It's kind of a granite marble hybrid. It has some of the properties of granite with some of the sort of quartz-like strength, and at the same time it's still got veining, which I love that about the marble, and it makes it seem a little softer and it's not so speckly and busy. This countertop, it's very forgiving for disguising messes, crumbs, doesn't really show water spots too much, and easy to maintain because it is more hard stone surface like a granite, and the clients absolutely love it. The clients fell in love with the chinoiserie fabric that really set the tone for the kitchen. However, we didn't want it just to become this two-tone kitchen of gray and white, so we decided to add in this tomato red accent, which is that sort of nod to that old French bistro look that we did in the original plan for this kitchen, which is absolutely over the top, and I love it. We repeated the detail in terms of the red in the chairs. So we've used it in accessories around the room and onto the window treatments for added impact. But I mean, who can miss this oversized drum shade that we had custom made? I mean, it is the pièce de résistance in this kitchen. Well, as you can see, patience and persistence really paid off in this kitchen project. Our clients are beyond thrilled with the end result, as am I, and I'm really glad that I was able to share it with you today. Thank you again for stopping by.
Beautiful. Everyone, please welcome Meredith. Hi, sweetie. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us.
I'm glad.
Kitchen is gorgeous. Love it, love it. Okay, describe the kitchen before you did the renovation.
It was salmon pink wood, faux wood kind of cabinet doors, sage walls, and they had this lovely grapevine wreath wallpaper border around the bulkhead.
You came in and tore that thing out.
You're
going to change some of that.
Yeah. It doesn't.
And then we're going to talk about some great tips you have, because you renovate a lot of kitchens, and there's some really cool tips you have about when to spend and when to save.
Absolutely.
So the first thing to talk about, you say never buy a cheap faucet.
No. So many people will think, oh, I'll just go get a $100 faucet. You use it every day. Like, it's going to drive you crazy. And nowadays, there's so many wonderful technologies and just, like pull-outs, and you want a lever, or, you have to think about how you use your kitchen, and having that sink and faucet work together, I think, is really important.
Right. Okay. And it's like the jewelry, in the
you want to enjoy it, you want to love the way it looks, but at the same time, it has to be something that's going to stand the test of time.
I love my faucet.
Don't get frustrated.
I love my
faucet. We have one that Stephen just like he stares at it when he's just.
I shine it. I polish it all the time. Oh my God.
I'm like, it's not a wedding ring. Calm down.
It's like Cartier.
I know.
My faucet.
Loses his mind a little bit. Okay, you say here, invest in the best appliances that you can afford.
Yes, absolutely. When you're trying to put your budget together, I mean, obviously everybody's got a budget, and there's a sliding scale on that. And how much you use your kitchen and how you use it, really important. So if you invest in what you can afford, the best you can afford, you won't go wrong.
The next one here, if you have to trim costs, save on countertops and splurge on a backsplash.
Absolutely. Countertops, everybody now wants to have a stone countertop. And I don't, again, if it means buying better appliances, buy the better appliances.
I agree.
You know, the stone, it's nice to have, but wood countertops can be beautiful. And if you think about sailboats, you know, they've been around, they float in water.
That's
So,
right, yeah,
you know, that argument about
Durable.
not being water proof doesn't fly. Use a marine varnish, a spar varnish on your countertops. And
And invest in the appliances that you want and the faucet that you want.
Yeah, and you can get a stone backsplash. You've only got a small space, so splurge there.
And talk about this one. Invest in a temporary sink, because this is great. You're in the middle of renos.
That's what I've never heard. I've never done this. A temporary sink. Is that a bucket you bring in from the backyard,
No.
pop it in, and just, the sink is on its way.
That's what a lot of people do, and that's where they go wrong.
Right.
Think about those awful builder laundry sinks that go in every laundry room,
Yeah.
okay? They're available at any home center.
Yeah.
They're about $300.
Yeah.
You buy that and put that in your empty space, now that you've taken out your kitchen and
Yeah.
you're waiting for everything to come in, you have running water.
That's right.
On the main floor.
That's right.
And you can fill it, wash dishes, what have you.
Right.
It will save your marriage.
Anything to save
It will save it.
or the Cartier diamond ring we were talking about a little earlier. That will save your marriage.
Yeah.
All right, Meredith has got a couple of more kitchen design tips. Take a look at these.
One of the questions I get asked most frequently from clients is, how can I change over my kitchen decor for different seasons? And the easiest answer is through area carpets and runners. I know. Area carpet in the kitchen, am I crazy? Well, I like to use Persians. I'm a big fan of them because they're so versatile, they're friendly for spills, they're easy to wash too because they're a natural material in a wool. Think about your palette. Your entire kitchen floor is actually quite a substantial, open and airy palette. So by adding in or layering in area carpets, it's a really great way to warm it up, say in the wintertime. Or you could change it over for the summertime and go with something like a ticking runner, something that's an indoor-outdoor runner, or you could actually just pull it all up and go footloose and fancy-free in the kitchen. I'm going to let you in on a little designer tip here. Our clients, as I mentioned, absolutely love this chinoiserie fabric, and the plan was to do drapery on either side of the French doors. However, when we tallied it all up, it was not in the budget. So instead, we came up with a compromise. We've had these fromans, I call them, made, and they're simply a faux Roman blind. It's a valance with a simple fold in it. You use very little fabric. It costs next to nothing in labor, but it looks wonderful. And because we've repeated the pattern that is used on the drum shade, it has added impact and a real wow when you walk into the kitchen.
Those are great tips. Really good.
Can I just dive in? I'd like to talk about that countertop. It's called again?
Super white.
Super white.
It's not white, but it's gray.
And it wears as well as a granite.
Yes, it's as hard as granite. It's technically a quartzite.
Okay.
So it's hard, and you can see the crystalline formations in parts of it, but then it has this wonderful veining that comes out, so it looks like marble.
Yeah.
And the durability is really good.
It's actually almost to the point where it looks like a statuario. So people really walk in and think, whoa.
You really invested something really expensive
less
here.
expensive than granite,
Right.
and it's, less expensive than granite and just a little more expensive than, say, a Carrara.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Fantastic.
Well, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Really beautiful kitchen. Gorgeous stuff.